Do you love Maze versus Zach?
I don't understand why.
Maze talking.
Maze versus.
It is Zach talking. I don't understand why Maze is against me in the first place. You know,
Someone's got to be.
Just a humble, honest podcaster.
I mean that Zach does have a strong ally on this pod, so it is good to know
the best ally.
Moving you away.
The best ally. What?
Oh, my ally.
Wow.
Too close, as always. Always too close. All right. So in the Discord, Abuelo Mijo brought up that thing I said. I mean, I feel like I said this a long time ago, that it feels weird eating chicken and eggs in the same meal. And I said, I don't like omelets with chicken. I just don't think that makes sense.
I don't think an
omelet with chicken. That I accept that. That's weird. Like
I think it's a weird texture to put into it.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Like, how are you chopping it up? Like, is it, like it must be chopped pretty thin.
Yeah, and somebody said shredded chicken or like.
No, that's not right.
You got a previously grilled chicken breast, I guess. You got leftover chicken breast, whatever. Wow. I've seen it on menus. That's the only reason I bring it up. It's because I see it.
That's fair.
And I never want to order it.
That's for the people trying to be super healthy and trying to have a protein in the morning with like a meat in the morning and not having
like a lean protein.
Right.
Yeah. Like I think that's more what it is. It's not.
Like a choice thing.
Let me ask.
Like I'd rather have chicken sausage.
Let me ask something.
Sure. If you have a chicken apple sausage, I think you've sufficiently tricked me into now thinking that it's okay.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
For the people who track all of their intake and all of their output and everything, and they've got it all, what's going on?
I don't think any of them are on this podcast.
What's going on?
Colin does make a good point. Fried chicken uses egg as a binder in the breading. Once again, you've tricked me.
Fried chicken's not the same. I'm assuming we're just
fried
talking
chicken
like
is not the same.
Bread.
Yeah, because I've had like a really great breakfast sandwich with like fried chicken and like an egg on it, and
that's failed, Adam.
Different story,
Yeah, Adam, I think you owe push-ups because Mo beat you to the pod. Sorry, buddy.
Failed.
Has Mo had to do push-ups when he's late?
No, but they're always betting push-ups on when Mo's going to show up. So I feel like if Mo shows up,
push-ups. Yeah, because last week he was an hour late. So
last week I told you guys I was going to be delayed. I knew ahead of time.
Delayed and an hour late are two very different.
No, I even said I was going to be. Said it was going to be a while.
You said delayed. Yeah,
you said delayed. Which is like
when you get delayed at the airport, they don't tell you how long it's going to. They lie to you constantly. They way more than an hour.
They lie a bunch.
Yeah,
you could have lied. You could have said
the least you could have done is lie to be like, "Hey, I'm on my way. 5 minutes out."
Brusco, I don't know that we owe you push-ups.
Well, someone else in the chat owes you push-ups. Yeah,
he said he took both overs.
Push-ups.
All right, he does kind of have us there because we were both wrong, but regardless, yes.
Can go back to the chicken
20 was sleep.
Chicken and eggs. And then Eden chimed in with, Oyakodon is a thing. All caps. Oyakodon.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
It's what Eden was talking about.
Exactly. Thank you, Zach. So Oyakodon is a comfort meal in Japanese cuisine that is usually made with like chicken thighs. At least I've mostly made it with chicken thighs because chicken thighs is the superior cut of chicken. And it's like boiled. I don't know the exact science of how it's made, but it's essentially chicken with egg
simmered
on
together.
It. Yeah, simmered together. Okay. So it's like a soft-ish. The egg is like a soft, like almost steamed egg texture, but slightly different.
Is it like the puffy, fluffy egg type of? Yeah.
That type of concept. Yeah, and it's served on rice.
Mate. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Just in tune with my ally.
It's a classic Japanese comfort food.
I believe that it's the thing, but also it revealed my original point in an
Oyakodon
exceptional way.
The
which
literal
means
translation.
The translation, Zach. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Parent and child donburi.
Parent and child on rice. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? Be better at getting away. Parent and child. Maybe you sacrifice yourself. Maybe you sacrifice a child. But one of you's got to get away. Didn't happen in that one. Oyakodon.
It could happen. Yeah.
The
baseball.
Didn't happen in that one. Oyakodon. You've been Oyakodon.
You got a Oyakodon.
Last
Yep.
week we had a Oyakodon mailbag with me and my dad.
Yes, yes. It was
Absolutely.
amazing. And it was deliciously delightful.
Mm-hmm. Your dad was great.
I don't know, man.
No, he was.
I think
You don't think he was great?
I
No,
don't.
he was.
Yeah, I don't. I don't think that the parent and child on rice should be happening.
Why?
It's unsettling to me
Why?
that you would have a
Well,
chicken
they're
and
dead.
egg in the same dish.
They're already got.
Yeah, I don't think it's unsettling.
This is
Why
my
would
thing.
that be
People are like, oh, how
unsettling?
can you eat? Well, it's dead already. I didn't go out and kill it. It was already dead. So
Papa Mays killed it.
yeah, Papa
If
Mays
you
killed it.
if you put like fish eggs on top of a piece of salmon or a piece of sushi,
It's a
isn't that not the
thing.
same thing?
Mhm.
Yeah, you got me there.
You got him there. Oh God, I'm hungry now.
I know.
I-
Me too.
Yeah, yeah. That
I gave a friend recommendation for Vegas today to get that fried chicken bun at Momofuku. Oh my God. Now I
We're
just
going
want to go to Vegas. Yeah, now I'm supposed to go to New York next week. I'm just gonna go to Vegas and eat that.
Just
and that's
can,
it.
can the plane stop in Vegas?
Yeah,
I just
you
need
just-
2 hours.
Need a little, just need a
Layover.
little.
Yeah.
I'll take him. I'll
Just
bring
a
him on
little
the plane.
delayed.
I'll bring him on the plane. Don't even need
man.
two.
But you know the thing with chicken, like more I'm thinking chicken breast or whatnot. Like I run into this problem when I'm ordering pizza. Like Jamie will order a pepperoni pizza. I don't eat pork, but I want some sort of meat on the
Chicken on
pizza. And I don't know, but like I've
Oh.
tried it and I'm like, okay, like this is a desperate attempt.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't want to have to order wings on top of that. Like I just want the one meal, like one thing to eat.
With the
in that
protein.
sense, with the with the protein on it, and it's so hard with pizza because it's
Really
like
the
chicken
only
just doesn't
the
go-
barbecue chicken pizza is
Yeah,
the
the
only one
barbecue
that really
one.
makes sense to me.
that'll
barbecue
work. But if
sauce,
I'm like
Chicken
ordering
bacon
Pizza Hut
ranch
or something,
is a popular
Oh, chicken bacon
one.
red. Yeah, that's a good call.
but then again, also I'm not having bacon, so it's for me. It's a but then
Then
like
just
so that's
chicken
become a
ranch.
problem. That's
Yeah.
another area for me where the chicken kind of doesn't go well. Just like,
Yeah.
and I'm talking chicken breast kind of thing, or like diced or
Yeah.
whatever. Doesn't go really well with just like a regular cheese pizza or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you really got to dress it up.
And
Like, yeah, you-
meatball isn't prevalent enough to be your
Beef
Meatballs go on
meatballs,
pizza.
yeah.
I don't because like a lot of places do like ground beef, and I
And
don't know.
pork.
It seems weird. It seems weird with just that.
I bet
Like,
there's
yeah.
cross contamination too.
Oh,
There's
for
no way, like-
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Big Hask, not really being too sensitive here, says just eat the pork, bro.
Yeah, big
Yeah,
Hass can fuck off.
that's how religion works.
Yeah, big Hass can just fuck off.
Ignore
I
that
don't
shit. Whatever. But yeah, I mean, now you point that out, it's really a pork dominated topping game.
Oh,
Sure,
yeah.
for pizza.
for-
No, I've been
No,
trying
all
to
the
think
time.
since you raised it. I'm like, I can't even think of other meats that go on pizzas on
Like,
a
there's
regular.
that bullshit like cheeseburger pizza. And it's
That's
just
terrible.
Just get a
Yeah.
cheeseburger.
terrible.
Like, don't
yeah,
do
Yeah, I'll
this
just get a
stuff.
cheeseburger at that
and a
point.
slice of cheese pizza.
Even
Yeah.
when
And
then
like
wrap it around
Domino's
the
tried to
burger.
do like the Philly cheesesteak pizza and things like
No,
that. Like,
you can't have steak on a pizza.
That's what I'm saying, right? So that's the stuff.
It's
that's
always
awkward.
just
The
like
only
a gimmicky thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
The only thing that's changed recently where I thought like, oh wow, this is kind of cool is Pizza Hut, the one we order from, because Jamie likes to order just a personal pan pizza. They do chicken sausage now.
Oh,
Like that wasn't the most
Yeah.
recent thing. So now I'm a little bit happy. So at least I
No,
can do
thank
like,
you.
all right, I can do a chicken sausage. That's fine. You could do a no thank you. I will eat
No,
it.
thank
It's
you.
fine. Not asking you to eat it, Zach.
I won't.
Ground chicken is pretty hilarious. I mean, the chicken apple sausage works. Some of them do, but for the
Some do,
most
yeah.
part, ground
I've had
chicken is
not great.
odd.
Yeah.
Really
It's-
good one at Costco.
No.
Someone's honking and hates that suggestion.
Yeah, no. I'm
It's not
I'm
meat
done. I'm
ones
done.
either.
I'm done with. You know who's got a really good whatever? Costco. No, they don't. They don't. They got.
I
the
haven't
hot
been
dog,
in a
and
long
that's it.
time, but
You know what sucks? Costco bagels suck.
Oh,
Whoever got a Costco bag. Oh,
Awful,
no thanks.
I've
yeah,
still
they're-
never
they're
been
like-
to Costco.
Anything.
Never?
It's just not. You're not missing.
do
out.
they not have them in Arkansas?
Well, Sam's Club,
Sam's Club?
was
Sam's Club,
prevalent.
yeah.
We didn't get a Costco until I'm left,
It's
and like I'm just like we had a Sam's Club membership. I just never had a reason to go, and now I
Yeah.
live in New York.
outside of the
so-
food court. It's pretty much the same
Yeah.
thing.
No. I like Costco. I do not like Costco on the weekends, which is when I have to go with Jamie. But when I get to go to just Costco on my own, it's perfect. In, get what I need, get out. That's the deal. The weekends, first off, Costco parking lot, absolutely absurd.
Dude, honestly, any type of grocery shopping, like I avoid
yeah.
weekends and evenings at
Yeah,
all
but
costs.
that-
Like,
got it.
It's not no. There's a big difference between the chaos you see at the Costco parking lot than you do because I have to go at night to the Vons or the stuff. It's like Trader
Mo's
Joe's
just
level
discovered
parking
that there are
lot.
more people at places on weekends than not.
yeah,
This-
most
yeah, it's
places are
shocking. I don't know. I
taking
thought
the
everybody
entire
stayed in.
family.
I
On
thought
a
everybody
weekend-
stayed in.
on
Zach.
a
I thought
weekend,
everybody
more
stayed
people
in.
are
That's
out.
all.
It's
What?
But the parking lot
Shocking.
fiasco that you have at Trader Joe's, multiply that by 10, and that's Costco. Like it's just absurd. You have people waiting, like pull up to the side and just wait for somebody to leave in the whole line. It's as if you're like it's my college days when I was waiting for a parking spot.
Mo, this is gonna blow your fucking mind.
Uh-oh.
Bars are more crowded on weekends too.
Yo.
Oh no, that I know.
no,
That I
it's
know.
harder to
I've
get
been
it.
to-
No,
I've been to a few
Mo,
with
you don't-
you.
no, Mo,
It's
you don't
actually that-
understand.
I've been to
You
a
don't
few
understand.
with you,
It's like
Zach. I
more
know.
people are out there to drink on a weekend night than on a
Well,
weekday.
Well,
Might
Zach,
shock
he
you.
watches
I've been
Bar
to a
Rescue.
few.
He doesn't watch Costco Rescue.
That's true.
Well, no,
that's
but
a
Bar
good
Rescue is
idea.
only Monday to Friday.
That's a
like
good
he only
idea.
does a week. We never see what the places look like Saturday.
Really?
Well, sales are up 10%.
Yeah, we just know
He-
6 weeks later.
Yeah.
Sales are up
He
10%.
never
Food costs are down
goes
5%.
to a bar on the weekends in Bar Rescue.
The way they make it seem, it's like Monday to
That's
I
to
don't think
Friday.
they make it seem like that. I've never
It's
gotten
always
that.
felt like that to me.
No. It's just that
Always
it's
felt
dead
like
because no one goes to that shitty bar. That's why he's there to rescue it.
To rescue.
I mean, it's that part for sure. But like, he never goes. I'm here on a Saturday night. This place
guys-
should be popping.
Have you guys ever noticed that there are a lot more people trying to get dinner in a restaurant on a weekend than on a weekday?
I feel like I have noticed that. Like that's
No,
so crazy.
Eden, you don't understand. Like, there's more people going
What?
on a weekend.
And like
I don't
reservations, when you're trying to get a reservation on like Resi or Open Table, like weekends are so much like
Just
less
booked.
availability. I think it's
booked,
do they
yeah.
just
called the
release
owner.
less?
I just
They're
call the
booked, yeah.
owner. I'm usually
Yeah.
pretty easy.
I don't really look around at restaurants. I'm just locked into my Oyakodon.
You're just like, all right, am I eating a parent and a child here?
Can,
What am
I
can
I
you
doing?
go?
I
Can you
don't
go with your
notice.
dad to get this Oyakodon one day? That would be the ultimate like full
Well, we have
circle.
to share
this.
one
Let's
bowl.
film
We have to
this,
share
yes.
one bowl. You can't have 2 bowls of Oyakodon.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Has to be at the same time. Mark Ordner said, "Whatever that fish that gets on pizza," and Adam Jameson said,
Oh,
"Anchovies."
I actually never saw anchovies available on pizza menus for a really long time. It was like a concept from like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Mhm.
Like I
That's what I
don't
was
think
gonna-
I've
I was gonna say I've literally only seen it on Teenage Mutant Ninja
I've
Turtles.
never
That's
had
the
it,
only
like-
time I've seen anchovies on a pizza.
I'll see it at
The
like
only-
fancier places.
yeah, like as an
part of
adult, I
some
did
other
see it
stuff.
a
But yeah,
few times.
if you're
but
just getting a delivery pizza from Domino's, and I
Yeah.
haven't seen anchovies on that. And then Chuck Stroh said turkey sausage and turkey pepperoni, and that kind of made me sad.
Get out of here.
I've never
I-
seen
Turkey
turkey
bacon is
I haven't
not
pepperoni, but
seen it
good.
available anywhere. I haven't seen turkey pepperoni anywhere. No,
Yeah.
correction. One place, but it was like literally a Muslim pizza shop. And even then, I still ordered the cheese pizza. But like that doesn't count. But like a regular place, I've never seen them with that option.
All right, let me throw out a bougie complaint here. I'm flying to New York on I don't know, Sunday night, and I'm flying, not to brag, flying first class. Okay,
Nice. I'll do
it's saying
nice.
select your meal. You can have a beef lasagna or a wedge salad. I kind of want both, and feel like because I'm in first class, I should
You
get whatever the
should.
fuck I want. Right?
Why is the
That's
wedge
of course,
salad?
a salad-
Yeah,
what?
the
That's what I
salad's
was
like
confused at too. Because at
start-
first I was like, oh well, obviously I'll take the beef, so I selected that and says thanks for your selection. I was like, wait, where'd the wedge salad go?
Isn't the
or
wedge
there-
salad the appetizer and then you get the beef
That's
lasagna
what I would think.
after?
Apparently not. Or there's a curry, but I don't know if I want to do airline curry. That's probably
Hmm.
not.
That's a dangerous game.
That's
a
probably
dangerous
not the
game.
move. Yeah.
yeah, Chuck
Mm.
Stroh is a Muslim from Chicago. That's why he's got. the
Salam
turkey
alaikum, Chuck.
pepperoni. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
keep your
that's
eyes
from both
peeled
of us,
for it.
Mo
All
said.
right, well, Mo, your assignment is to try turkey pepperoni now.
I
Yeah,
gotta
let
go
us
find
let us
know.
know.
How it
Gotta find
goes.
it.
Yeah, you
Although
Every
gotta find
time-
it,
I am
you know, try
intrigued.
it.
I found Trader Joe's had uncured beef prosciutto, and I was like, okay, that might be
Beef
interesting.
prosciutto.
How does that work?
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, how does that work?
I don't
What
know.
does
I
that
don't
mean?
know. But I looked
I'm
at it.
intrigued.
You
Yeah,
I
elaborate
looked
on
at
that.
it and
Yeah.
stopped for a minute, going
Yeah.
like,
Well, Mo, since you don't know what prosciutto tastes like, it might be amazing.
well, you know,
So you can go in without the
It's true.
prejudgment of having had
Yeah.
prosciutto, so you don't know that like this isn't prosciutto.
Yeah,
right. So yeah, I'm gonna.
might just be
I
meat.
have to say something about turkey bacon. Is if you are somewhere that serves turkey bacon, can you make it a little bit more obvious that it's turkey bacon? You
Please.
can't just say turkey bacon on menu and then like later on in the menu say that it's add bacon, because I'm gonna think that it's real bacon, but then it's just like we only have turkey bacon. But like I feel like you're trying to pull a fast one on everyone by
Absolutely.
not being very explicit that it's turkey bacon, because it is not the same thing.
You print on there add turkey bacon for the
Yeah,
sides like that.
exactly.
Don't say add
You can't
bacon.
say
That's
blanket
bullshit.
statement we have
Right.
turkey bacon and then expect people to know that
Mhm.
later in the menu 5 pages later that it's turkey bacon when
Yeah.
you say add bacon.
It's bullshit.
We're all here for more transparency and
Mhm.
more clearness and stuff. I think we're all on the same page there. Yes.
Maze has no thoughts.
Oh.
Welcome to the Friday Mailbag. It's Friday. I was intentionally stalling right there to see if I would milk the silence. That sounds awkward. I don't like that.
I accidentally got on their
my
website
mouth.
once. I didn't like it.
Nope.
That was an
That
awkward
is-
moment.
Yeah, I didn't like
It's
that.
just when you accidentally hit mute. But it's Friday. We've got a slightly lower crew here, but we do have many Bonks Adventure Jr. questions.
Oh.
to address.
Okay,
Here we
let's
go.
get
Ta-da!
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And some of these are long, so we'll start with the short one first, which is: would you rather have your hands switched or your feet switched? And this is left to right. So your left hand is now your right hand, or your left foot is now your right foot.
So I have two of the left, or just they're swapped.
No, I think your left is just on your right hand.
Like this, but like
So then I have
Yeah,
two
just
left
like
hands.
Eden's doing right now. Eden's already doing it.
You're okay. I think I'd rather hands than feet. I'd be worried about balance issues of some sort with feet.
but what
and
about like
fall.
typing? Like
I think you would get used to that more than you get used to the balance.
Yeah, I think it's just you're
Mm.
more. I think you're more unstable
Yeah,
with how you're walking and things like that.
oh,
And
you meant physically.
well, we're not all you. I just think the feet is a bigger challenge.
I don't know. I feel
I'm
like
going feet.
Because
I'm-
Yeah.
but they say like if you lose a pinky
toe, yeah.
you're like your balance is fucked.
Sure,
now
but you
imagine
can get
swapping
it
your
back. You
feet.
can learn to get it back, I think. Like it's not a permanent state. Like it's like
But-
you
I
might have to be
know.
intentional
But
about
there-
physical therapy.
But so I
like-
feel like so much more, and yeah, I'm sure someone will go mad at this, but I feel like so much more of your life is affected by
But,
if
like,
your
your
feet are swapped than if your
Thumbs, like
hands are swapped.
your thumbs are in completely different positions than like
But you're thinking of
I
it with your
think-
arms crossed. Your arms wouldn't be crossed.
Right. It was.
No, but, like,
I think you.
how would you hold your phone? Like
I think your hand would adjust. I think it's easier to adjust with your hands than to your situation with your feet. I think its hands is where I'm going.
Yeah, like it might ruin my competitive juggling career, but that's
Mm.
that's about it.
Yeah.
I think I'm going feet because it's kind of like if you're, you know how people can be pigeon-toed or duck-footed or
Yeah.
whatever. Like I think it would just kind of be like doing that, but with the added element of like the toe position and the balance. But I think it would counter out. It's like if one foot was just swapped and you had two
Well,
left feet or two right,
you're-
you'd fall over immediately. But I think because they're both swapped, and then I think you could do some interesting shit in terms of like if you were a skateboarder or something and you had your feet swapped, you'd board whatever. Because you'd be doing shit that nobody else could do. But with hands, I think I need my hands too much. I think I could get by with swap feet. I think if my hands were
No,
swapped,
man.
it'd be a tougher road.
I don't think you're realizing how much you gotta walk and balance.
Like, how would you
and
type
stand
with
and-
one hand on your phone with Oh, your hands aren't backwards though. It's just on different. My brain is.
You're just this
Edith-
question's
Edith
broken
did
in
this.
your brain.
Edith
then
been
your brain
spiraling.
She's like, is it like this? Is it like this? Is it
Edith's been hanging on that
Do I
cliff
not
for about
have
6 minutes now, just waiting for that grip strength to go so she can fall. Like this.
Edith's wondering, how the hell do I text?
I'm like,
How is this
how
gonna work?
Because you
See,
can always
Edith,
talk to text, right? Which
You hold
sucks.
your,
I hate
your
it, but
phone in your hand, and then now you're holding your phone in your hand, but it's over here.
Yeah, we're like, what
Still
about
the same
gaming?
hand.
What about playing what is my video game controller?
Okay, so yeah, so
Like,
that's
yeah.
you couldn't play video games for
That
sure.
would
Well, no, you
That's
could. You'll just
out.
adjust, or you'll get a.
No, you
custom-
couldn't. Like your
Yeah, you can.
your thumbs are on the outside now. That's not gonna work
The
for
video
video
Dude,
games.
you could get
your
you could get
pinkies-
like a pad with a joystick and shit buttons. Like you can do. Come on, man. You can get
There's
custom
way
shit.
to do it. You can
You
work
need
your way
you
around
need
that.
the Wii or the you
yeah,
need the Wii
yeah.
controllers, but
So
in the
great.
opposite hand on the outside.
I'm
Mhm.
relegated to a gaming system that came out in 2007.
Or the Switch.
Yeah, but you
sorry,
can
the
bowl.
Switch. You'd have to
All
switch.
right, but
the
you would
Switch.
just honestly though, you just turn the controller like upside down, right? Like the other way. And then your
Mm.
thumbs would be at that. It would be a minute. You have to adjust and learn, but there you would again be able to adjust quicker to that than I think just purely walking.
I
And
guess
like
also
you're talking skateboarding, Maze. Like, bro, I don't know if you're gonna be able to walk to the skateboard park. Like,
I love that Maze's concern about feet swapping is skateboarding, which none of us do. Well, I guess Eden does. Eden's been on a skateboard. Like
Retired,
Maze,
yeah.
Maze
It's
doesn't
not my
skateboard. He's like,
concern.
well, now
I'm
this
trying
is
to
gonna
come up
ruin
with
my
ways that would
skateboarding
actually
career.
be helpful. I think you're screwed
think
either
you're out.
way.
I think you're out on all sports if you swap your feet.
yeah,
I think even basic working out is going to be tougher than anything with
just going for a
with
run.
swapping your hands. Yeah.
Yeah, going for a run. Yeah, I guess. All right. Well, I think you're screwed either way. But I think
Yeah, no, none of
Eden
it's
with the
optimal.
I think there are
This
more
kid, by the
things
way.
designed for your hands the way they are than there are things designed for your
I-
feet the way they are.
I don't know. If you've lost your feet or your hands, let us know in the chat.
what do you do on Cinephile NBA Talk? Like,
Oh
the
yeah,
number-
855 NBA jump, 855-622-5867.
Zach,
Yeah.
there's a wheelchair for people who don't have legs, but there's no wheelchair for your arms.
Trust me, I am 100% expecting someone to go, "That's very ableist of you." Fuck off. Okay. Just fuck off.
Looking
I'm
forward to the
so done
ableist
with this
comment.
shit. I'm so done with
Might
this
be the
shit.
dude who was giving me shit about pork.
People saying turn the controller upside down. I don't think because your thumbs are the important part, and your thumbs are now on the outside.
yeah, you'd have
But
to cut the
turning it
controller
upside
in
down
No, but
half.
here's the
doesn't
thing.
help
Like
that.
your thumbs are on the outside, but if you just kind of twist your arms in or twist your wrist in a little bit, now all of a sudden
If you're a true
you got
gamer,
it.
you'd find a fucking way. Let's
If
just
it's
be
if it's the
Great point.
Switch, if it's the Switch controllers, you might be okay. Like
What if you're
the-
gaming on
Everyone
like
needs
'cause aren't there people that game on like a keyboard like for PC shit? Couldn't you just move to that?
Thumbs
No, it's not
again.
the same,
It's
but
the thumb location.
like
I
these
can
are
hit the
okay.
space bar with my pinky just fine. What are you talking about?
Okay. I think you could type. I think that'd be all
I-
right. You
I
just
think
have to figure it
my
out.
pinkies are going to become super strong if this is the case.
Design your own keyboard. I mean, what you're looking at is everything where you're used to the controller or the keyboard being in the middle. Now you have to have
Oh.
two separate keyboards
know
where
what?
they're on the outside.
I'm going to swap my feet. I've changed my answer. I'm going to swap my feet because I don't want to shoot a basketball like Amin Al Hassan.
Oh,
Instead, you're going to try to run like Amin Al Hassan.
there
He
it
doesn't run.
is.
That can just stay put at the
I mean,
three-point line.
He doesn't
this
run.
is the same dude who played soccer and got hurt his thumb.
Hurt his thumb.
The-
Exactly.
the
His thumb was in the wrong place.
But it was because he was trying to run.
Are the palms facing out now too? I don't think the palms are.
No,
facing,
that's
the
what I
palms
was
are
getting.
facing
That's what I was getting.
So your
confused
thumbs are
about.
just on
Yeah.
the bottom rather than the
I'm just thinking, like, yeah, like the thumb's going to be on this side.
hands
and-
easily then.
y-
If your thumbs
yeah.
are just on the bottom, your pinky's up top, you can
That's
you
the
can
way
adjust
I'm
that
thinking.
just
It's just-
fine.
And that's the same way I'm thinking with my foot, and that's
hell
where
is
I
what
think
he's
the
doing
problem's
there?
going to
What's
be.
going
He's
on?
trying to
I
show
don't-
us what
I don't like this at all.
he's trying to show.
I don't know what's going on. I don't like
turkey
it.
with
You
his
can
hand
still
or
do the
something.
awkward turtle no matter what, though. So
For
we're
some
good.
reason, this feels like Event Horizon. I don't know why, but I didn't like any of that.
I mean, just think about shoes, right? Like you're gonna have to have a
We just swap 'em.
reconfiguration of your
No,
shoes.
you just wear
That's
different-
true.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
what are you
You're
talking
You
about?
can wear the same shoes. It's on the opposite foot.
You're right.
It
You're
can
right.
be
No,
done.
it was dumb. My bad. My bad. You went right.
No,
Next question.
What happens with this when you switch your hands and your feet? What actually happens is your brain gets turned upside down and you don't know what to do
Yeah.
anymore. That's what we learned.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's get into a longer question.
What did
Uh-oh.
Bonks Jr. pick?
Yeah.
Did we?
This
Let us
kid
know,
is
let us
crazy,
know in the
man.
Discord. Let us
I
know
am
in the
so
Discord.
Curious about this kid
His
in
own
the sense
answer.
of like
Careful.
his
ooh,
thoughts. He's
phrasing.
taking edibles. He's taking edibles or something. Like, are they like? Is he getting high? Like this
Contact
is crazy.
high.
I don't know if we have an answer
I'm
from
so
Bonks
curious
Jr.
about
on
this
this
kid.
one, but
What
please
Yeah,
is he?
chime
Bonks,
in.
let us know in the Discord. Follow up what the original poster of this question said.
Yeah. very
Colin
good
says
question.
Bonks Jr. is 25. Okay,
On
Bonks
Hawaii,
Jr. Next question. If you could be transported into any movie or TV show universe, what would you choose? The rules are you have realized you are living in a simulation, leading to no longer being allowed to remain in this simulation. You can take family or friends with you if they agree to go. When you get to the new universe, you will no longer know you are in a simulation, but you will keep your memory of your life except for the discovery of the simulation. Anime is allowed. You can either take over for a character or just continue to be yourself. If it's a universe with magic, then magic is real. If it is sci-fi, all that stuff works too. If you do not choose, your character will just be deleted.
Well, my anime nerd answer is my favorite anime of all time, Detective Conan, aka Case Closed, where there's just like a murder around every corner. There's like this ongoing joke in like Asian sort of TV shows where anytime like someone he's just constantly referenced. Detective Conan, he's a legend. Constantly murders for me to solve. I would probably like to be his neighbor. Also
This just sounds like Eden's dream.
it is.
100%.
Surprisingly, I have not given this answer for this type of question before, but as he was reading the rules, this is what popped into my head. And I'm like, and even my favorite character works at the coffee shop underneath the detective agency. So if I was in the neighborhood, I would like, my crush would be right there. And, you know, I would be able to, you know, help my crush solve murders and also be best friends with Conan and his dad, the OG Morikogoro. Yeah, that's my answer.
Oyakodon.
Oyakodon.
I am impressed, Eden, with how quickly you have come up with the whole like world building and the whole
It just
like
all came together as
like
as
I'm impressed by that because you literally have the whole lineup where you're gonna live, the whole situation set up. It's perfect. I'm not nearly as equipped for that.
Like me at 11 would 100% have wanted to go to Hogwarts and be in the Harry Potter world.
Yeah.
So that I don't know if I want to do that now. I don't want to work for like the Ministry of Magic and be like
as an adult. Yeah.
A old.
I just
wizard.
spent
You were just in
time
Harry Potter land. So.
At Harry Potter World at Universal Studio. One, I don't understand any of that shit. Two workers there like interrupted conversations that were happening. So I was talking to my sister and we were near some like fucking fake train or something. I don't know what's going on. But we're near some train, like platform, whatever. And so like I'm talking to her about something with like train stations in London, right? That like telling her some story about something. And all of a sudden, like this guy who's dressed as, I don't know, the conductor, like just starts like leaning in. And I look over and goes, sorry, just eavesdropping. I'm like,
that's rude.
Fuck? Like, whatever. All right. So then everyone like goes to the bathroom, like, and so I'm waiting outside the bathroom with my brother-in-law, waiting for everyone to be done. And we're talking about, there's like a line for something. And he's like, oh, I think this is like where they get, you know, these wands that can do all this stuff around the park and everything. I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, yeah, I think it's like a custom thing, but I don't really know. I mean, I guess maybe it's like the lightsaber experience at Star Wars, and he's like super into Star Wars, and like got the whole lightsaber thing with my nephew and everything. Like, and so I'm asking about that. I was like, oh, how was that? You know, like how was Disney World versus Disneyland, all this stuff. And all of a sudden, this dude working there in Harry Potter land comes up and goes, you know, the wands are only for those who are chosen. Like, he just interrupts, and I'm like, what? And he starts like explaining like the lore of Harry Potter wands. And I was like, I just walked away. I was like, well, I'm gonna go pee. And so I just left my brother-in-law with this guy. And then I come out, I'm like, and like the whole family's there at that point. I'm like, what the fuck happened? What was that? He goes, I don't know, but where did you go? I was like, oh, I left. He goes, why did you leave it? I was like, that's your problem, man. Like, I'm
go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
If you're not quick enough to, if
I
you
have
don't
no, I have no
acknowledge that
problem
when I'm
walking away
leaving,
from a stranger that I do not want to be in contact with. Like,
That's actually like a life skill, like to just be able to walk away from situations.
I'm never gonna see that person again, and if I
Yeah.
do, okay.
Okay.
This might actually be Zach has finally broke it. The strangers trying to make friends with him.
I don't know what
think
what this guy was going for. Like, because we weren't even talking about Harry Potter again at that point. Like, we were moved on to Star Wars, and like,
if you work in one of those places, I'm sure it's not a great place to work. But if you want to,
why are you interrupting my conversation?
Like that, you talk to a kid, right? You say like,
exactly.
This was a man in his 40s and a man in his 50s talking about a lightsaber experience.
Lightsabers.
Exactly.
Let the men have the lightsaber conversation.
Is this the same guy that said he was, oops, I'm just like eavesdropping, or different
separate
one?
guy?
Okay.
Second worker, and it was within like 5 minutes of each other.
You know, the
Like,
polite way to eavesdrop is to just eavesdrop and like not say anything. The
eavesdropping guy was clearly looking for attention, and he's more flagrant and more offensive to me. The wand guy.
No, I find the wand guy to be way more offensive. Yeah.
The one guy was trying to steer the conversation away from Disney properties back to Universal, just on the pure
to like
fact
buy
of, like that.
like we're gonna
you
know, you have to be chosen for a wand. I'm like, buddy, you weren't chosen for this conversation. Like, what the fuck are you doing over here? Like,
and more importantly,
well, Zach, the conversation chooses the person.
So all that to say, I'm definitely not picking Harry Potter at this point. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do it now, but when I was 11 and Harry Potter was 11, I was like, "This is me. I want to get a letter saying that you could go to the wizard school."
Yeah.
But Maze, I also feel like we kind of like grew up with Harry Potter because we were like the
100%.
same age as them when the books came out. So it's like I definitely
Although,
have like.
I do think that I think it's tapped the vein of being one of those things that can, like, kids for generations are going to read Harry Potter.
Yeah, for sure.
Experience.
Right. But it's like the books were releasing as we were going through each grade in high school.
My dad was Hagrid many times at various.
I felt Hagrid at Universal. Let me tell you, that was.
Don't laugh at that. That wasn't good. Don't.
She's an ally.
She just isn't stuck up. She has good sense of humor. That's all it is.
Have you been on this show before?
You're better than that. You're better than that, Zach.
I'm really not. That's like, that's a horrible assessment of what I'm capable of.
I have more faith in you than that.
I don't. I kind of want to pick Eden's World of Detective Conan.
Yes.
It kind of sounds. I know nothing about it, but it sounds. It's just
dope. A lot of murders and mysteries getting solved.
Because I'm assuming like we're relatively safe in this, right?
Yeah,
because it's happening around us, right?
Yeah,
and like you're probably.
You can also choose.
Okay, sometimes
be
we might
Zach
get kidnapped
Harper.
or something. But that's the worst that's ever happened to anyone that's actually friends with Conan, is maybe becoming kidnapped and he has to save them. But he always comes through, so he's never failed.
Kidnapped? I could be kidnapped. I don't see the big deal with.
I'm pretty sure anybody kidnaps.
I mean,
Zach
you would just
probably
talk your way out of a
back
kidnapping.
anyway,
Yeah,
so I wouldn't worry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna I'm either gonna
enough more than you can chew with.
Yeah, you kidnap me.
Like,
I'm either gonna chill and just not be bothered by it, or I'm gonna annoy the fuck out of you and get out of there.
You're gonna be exactly like
they will pay the
Silverman.
ransom.
You're gonna
ask for Arby's and eat sauce off their finger.
Yep. You're gonna wear provocative outfits and seduce your kidnappers, and also, beat the crap out of them, perhaps. But
kidnappers, you're not prepared for this much thigh meat. You got no idea what's happening.
Oh boy. I think for just a matter of just what I think would be fun and probably older me would enjoy now is Curb. Just enter the world of Curb and that whole
that's
universe
good.
and just kind of the
I think
shenanigans that goes on there.
I
If
might go
didn't care about
Seinfeld.
safety-
I might go Seinfeld just because it's lower stakes.
Mm,
You know,
yeah, it's like more
so Curb's
everyday
a good
stuff.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Curb's a good one.
And then if I was
What
just going
about-
safety and younger Mo would do Star Wars.
What about What We Do in the Shadows? Which character are you taking over in What We Do in the Shadows?
I mean, Laszlo's the most fun.
But don't you want to hang out with Laszlo? I think I'd be Nandor.
Yeah, you're obsessed with the dream team.
Yeah, I'd wear my
You-
Scotty
Yeah,
jersey around, and
it's seriously such a funny,
I look the
most
most like
little
Nandor,
side story to introduce later on. Of like, by the way, he's obsessed with the '92 dream team.
that's why
It's
he
so
decided
funny.
to become an American citizen. Is because
Yeah,
it was
because of-
dominance. He
that's
respects
so funny.
dominance.
It's so funny.
I mean, Colin Robinson. Yeah, I would. You know, I don't know if I'd want to be Guillermo, but I'd like to live in the house alongside them all.
Yeah,
Maybe be a vampire. Maybe I'd be the guide. I'll be the guide. That's what I'll be. Or
Mm.
the Baron. The Baron would be fun. But
I wouldn't mind being in The Simpsons.
That's a good one.
Real good.
Futurama would be fun too.
Oh, I
Kind
think
of.
Futurama's.
It'd be some crazy
Yeah.
adventures. Like maybe too crazy, but
Yeah, I kind of feel that way about how I feel most saying like Star Wars. I'm like, I don't know, there's too much going on.
too much
I
stuff
think.
going on.
I
Yeah,
wanna
it could go
simplify
off the
it a little
rails.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys watch this show, but Shoresy. I would be in Shoresy, which is about
Is that a
the guy,
hockey? The hockey
it's the
one?
guy from Letterkenny, and it's about like a adult amateur hockey team.
Right.
And
I've heard that's good. I haven't seen it. But I've
It's
heard
really
it's
good, and it's short. It's only like 20-minute episodes and 6
Was it
episode
Hulu?
seasons, and it's on Hulu. So it goes really quick, but it's in Sudbury in Canada, and the joke is that like there's a lot of good-looking girls in Sudbury. So there's all these very attractive women running around. They're this hockey team that it's kind of serious but not, and it's just good energy, and it's very Canadian. That'd be a fun world to live in.
I also
Low
just thought of like a
stakes.
really annoying answer that you guys are probably gonna roll your eyes at, but Supernatural. Y'all know that I have like a special place in my heart for
Why
Supernatural.
would I roll my eyes at that? I mean,
The
Oh.
Winchesters,
I hate magic.
Lucifer, Michael, all that jazz.
I hate magic,
Cool.
but maybe I'll throw myself into Charm just to be around them.
Oh,
I could date one
is
of
it
those
just
people.
osmosis because it always
Yeah.
comes on? It's still on TNT the next day after watching a basketball game.
Oh no, I'm around Alyssa Milano all the time. How terrible.
My life is so tough.
Oh no, how will I ever get by?
I mean, there's a bunch. Like, I wouldn't want to be in the Bear. I
No,
wouldn't
Too stressful.
want to
Too intense,
be.
yeah.
Would you want to be in Sunny, Zach?
no.
kind of a
that's-
dirty
that's-
world.
You guys
That's
talk about a
too-
lot going
that's
on. That's
too
insane.
dirty. That's too filthy for me. I like a level of cleanliness here that they will never approach.
Yeah, that's
No,
that's
too chaotic. That's- yeah.
Even if
some of
you're
those
even if you're like
episodes.
have Dennis's apartment and Range
No,
Rover,
no,
Land
no,
Rover.
no,
Yeah.
because no, he's still living a bad life.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, that's too
bad
much. I don't know about that. You know what? Even though I'd have to be, it's low stakes. Community wouldn't be a bad one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
That'd
mind
be
being in
fun.
Community. New Girl would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Although,
Yeah, like a
I'd have to be around
sitcom
Zooey
vibe
Deschanel.
would
Yeah, I'd
work
have to be
out.
around Zooey Deschanel. I don't think.
Would just
What
be
if you
cool
were
easier
Zoe
to
Deschanel?
slide
What
in.
if you were the new girl?
Do I have to act like her?
No.
No, you get to stay yourself. Remember, like
You
you.
can-
Okay.
or-
Oh,
you
that's
can
right. Yeah.
yeah.
You can replace
You don't have to
her,
be a
though.
character. Yeah, you can replace a character, but yeah.
Is Jake Johnson gonna try to have sex?
Oh
with me?
no.
Is that so
Yes.
bad?
I wouldn't mind that. He's nice.
New episode of We're Here to Help came out this week. They're back.
Yeah, they're down to like once a week, and they're not going to do video anymore. But they got like 50 episodes coming.
And I wouldn't want to be in Severance either, even though I am fully locked in. And I'm gonna recommend it one more time, Eden. I'm gonna say
I'm
consider
gonna.
giving it a shot.
I started to watch.
Is the season over though? I'm gonna watch it when the season's over because I'm gonna do
No, but
like
you should
1
watch
month
the
of
first
Apple.
season.
But I'm gonna do like 1 month of
okay.
Apple.
Oh, all the way
You know?
through.
Yeah.
Yeah, then
Like-
then in about 2 months.
Okay.
After our conversation, I fired it up again.
Mm-hmm.
And I fell asleep 5 minutes in, and I
Aw,
still never got past the
Zach.
5 minutes. Like
you're not
and
helping
it wasn't
right
even
now.
like
tried.
late. It was like 9. I was like, I just fell asleep.
I
tried
do
to
want,
get-
I do want to try it. I do want to try it. I'll try again.
Yeah, if I could
Jamie and I are looking for a new show, and I suggested her. I go like, everybody's
Mhm.
talking about Severance. And she had
Mhm.
mentioned it before, and it's like evening time, but she's just ready for weird shit. And I'm like, okay, we'll watch something else.
yeah.
Go back to
No,
Bravo.
it's a combination of like really immersing you in the world in the first couple episodes, and that means
Yeah,
slow.
I do remember
And
that.
then
yeah.
also it gets so weird, and they're just throwing shit at you from left field
What-
every single time.
Would Lost be that bad? I kind of feel like they overreacted to their situation.
Well, they also kind of.
I love that line. First of all,
They
I mean,
sweep-
don't you think? Like, oh no, we're on this tropical island. Like,
I think by like
how
season
about-
3, it'd be
there's
all
hot
right.
people everywhere.
I think season 1, theoretically, when they sweep a lot of the survival shit under the rug.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Once it's established, yeah.
Once they have water, and once they kind of have food, and once they have a plan, like sure. But
Yeah.
I think at the beginning it'd be horrible.
I would rather do than Gilligan's Island than Lost.
I don't know. Gilligan's pretty annoying.
Yeah, that's fine.
What
but,
if
like,
Mo is Gilligan?
Then you got to be with Skipper.
I'm pretty annoying. It's already,
Mose
I
Island.
already am. I'm
gotta be
already
with-
annoyed the hell out of Zach.
Yeah, you got to be with the skipper at that point. I don't know.
Zach's the skipper. You can bring your friends.
They have to
but your
agree.
friends have to
Zach's not
agree.
doing
Yeah.
that. Zach's definitely not coming. To
What's the
get
highest
stranded
cliff on the
island.
island? I'm jumping off it. Like, just I'm
And
aiming
by the
for
way,
the
that's in the
rocks.
first 5 minutes. That's not
Yeah.
even.
Nah.
Well, get a Gilligan hat and let's test this out. Let's test this theory out, Mo. See how it goes.
What about like any video game worlds? Like any coming to mind? Like
I think
most
I'd thrive in Grand Theft Auto.
You actually would. I actually think you
I
would.
think
Yeah,
I think I'd live
I could
pretty
see
well
that,
in Grand
yeah.
Theft Auto. Yeah. What's a
I mean, yeah, like I raised video games and I'm like Final
not
Fantasy,
Red Dead
no.
Redemption, not
Like
Final
yeah, they're all like
Fantasies,
dystopian
No,
and like
not like
I'm going
not even
more
like Kingdom
further
Hearts,
back.
right? Like like
Yeah.
that, any of that shit.
I'm going
Zelda?
like
Zelda
Super
would be
Mario
fun.
Brothers.
Oh, Zelda would be
or
fun.
Zelda
Sonic.
would be
Zelda would
fun.
suck. So
Ooh,
much
mean-
walking.
Annoying.
If you
I
didn't
love
have to
walking.
like, if you didn't have to like, live a normal life, if you could just be Link
Like
or
a
something, that'd be
villager.
I
cool.
mean, I got to drink potions. No, thank you.
Maybe they're delicious. Maybe it's like
there's no way. There's
beef
no way. They're beating
prosciutto.
my there's no way they're beating the airline smoothie. All right. There's no way. So
Those
maybe that's where they
$50
got the idea
smoothies,
from.
yeah.
look, if that is, then I will humbly apologize and go
What
to
if
that
you're-
world. But
What if your potions are Erewhon smoothies?
all right,
Does
then
that
I'm in.
change it for you? Now
Then
you're
I'm in. Yeah.
Got it. All we needed is one subtle tweak there.
By the
just,
way-
just adjust the world.
For the Universal Studio Day. So my youngest niece had like a list of like American food places she wanted to try, right?
Nice. Let's hear it.
And so like it was like she wanted Chick-fil-A, she wanted Raising Cane, she wanted to try Olive Garden, she wanted like just all this bullshit, right? Like she's just like, I just gotta know, right?
Yeah.
And so we went through a bunch of them, but one thing that my sister and I joke about a lot, and then they wanted to try, was they were like interested in the Erewhon smoothie, and my sister was like, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not
She's
paying.
not buying
I'm
the
not paying. I'm not
$50
paying.
smoothie?
Yeah, I'm not paying for that shit. I was, all right. So when I met them at Universal Studio, I brought 4 of the smoothies, which is, I mean, they don't get a discount on both.
$400.
No, you got.
It's $80 fucking worth of smoothie right
Jesus
there.
Christ.
Yeah.
But I gave one to my brother-in-law, I gave one to my sister, I gave one to my 2 nieces.
Are you
And,
expected to tip there?
What?
Are you supposed to tip when they make you smoothies there? Or how do
I do it if there's a big wait.
Okay.
because then I get it early.
Yeah.
I've noticed that if I tip, all of a sudden my smoothie's ready. Yeah. They don't say that that's the deal, but I've noticed the pattern.
Yeah.
So what is the number of people there that you feel like, okay, this is a tip situation, or like I can wait this? Like
if there's about 5 or 6 waiting, like in that little area, then I'll be like, all right, I gotta get it.
Okay.
I gotta get through this. But my sister did admit, she's like, all right, that's a fucking good $20. So like I get it. And my nieces loved it. Like my nieces were all about it. Like they couldn't believe how good it was. Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
$80.
But it was legit. She's like, all right, that's $80.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah.
All right. Monte D. Zuma. Would you want the power to read your significant other's mind or for them to read yours?
I'd want to read theirs. I don't want them to read mine.
I'd rather they read mine.
I think I'm a pretty good communicator. So I think I would rather be able to read theirs.
I don't think I want to know.
I don't know if I want to know either. But
wait, is this a situation where like you get to selectively do it, or you just hear everything they're thinking?
Yeah. Or
If
like
it's
you have-
selective,
It says the power, so I'm gonna go with you can turn it on. And
all right.
off.
If it's selective,
Yeah.
then I'll take theirs. But if it's just constant, I don't want to know.
That's true. Yeah. You don't need to know what everyone's thinking.
I think
all the
I think we
time.
have too much information as
Yeah,
I
I'd
agree.
society, and
completely
I'm
agree.
trying
much
to
information.
I'm trying to
My
I'm trying to get a
response is
lot
more,
dumber.
I don't want her to know what I'm thinking all the time.
Sure. No, it's like the looking.
Now
at
I'm
your
curious what
phone.
Mo's thinking all the time.
You know what Mo's thinking? He's thinking, how can I get chicken on this pizza?
That's true.
He's thinking, I want to
feel like
watch Severance, but I don't know. Jamie might not be feeling this. No, I think it's a dangerous game either way. I think it's the closest thing to this being reality is like, someone else having access to your phone or something like that,
or like
or
reading your journal if you still journaled. Yeah.
So like I think selective knowledge and trust is important, and I think as soon as you can read somebody's mind and then you realize that someone might have lied about something, even if it's trivial, now you've created distrust.
Yeah,
it's just all bad. I mean, I would choose neither. He said it's not an either or. Like if it's an either or, I guess I'm taking that power and I'm trying not to use it as much as possible.
So it's the equivalent of knowing their password on their phone, right?
Sure.
And like, do you choose to go through that? Yeah,
equivalent we have.
Which I like, man. Like,
no interest. Yeah,
you don't want to do that.
But
good
like,
or bad, like it's just a weird thing to do. Like you don't want to do that.
It would be great for the what do you want to eat for dinner situation though.
Oh fuck
no.
Jesus Christ.
No.
Do you think the answer's in there? Because it's
is
not like you're holding that answer back.
There. Absolutely, because somewhere deep down in their thoughts, they know what the fuck they want.
It would save me so much more
100%.
time if I could just hear the mind of what you want for dinner.
We would have an infinite amount of extra time to ourselves instead of having those conversations all the time. Holy shit, man!
Conversation.
Oh my!
I don't know. What do you want?
Morning.
Yeah.
No,
every morning. What are we gonna have for dinner?
You can't do this shit with me either because I'll just be like sushi. Let's go get sushi.
Yeah,
easy way to end that. I don't really feel like sushi. It's like whatever you want. What do you think? All right, sushi.
Zach,
all right, so it's not whatever I want.
If you ask me what I want for dinner, and you could read my mind, you would just see all the things.
All the 5,000 choices I'm trying to pick
between.
Like
there's one gleaming
I'll pick one
choice.
Then all right, I know those are the choices. Got one.
That's exactly it. You would at least have the understanding of what the choices are and the options, and you would be able to make the decision.
Because it's never 1,000 choices.
Yes,
it's usually 3,
like
but
5,
they're just yeah.
And if you go in the wrong direction, their mind will also lead
then
you
it starts,
like, oh yeah, you'll be like, oh no,
the conversation.
Yeah,
yes.
It's like the idea to go get Korean fried chicken is the stock is going down. That means maybe suggest something else. Yeah, man, I'm hungry right now.
That's a good
Ever
answer.
since we started talking about Oyakodon, my God.
I've already
Oyakodon, yeah.
I got my Jersey Mike's order ready. So like when we're done, that's what I'm like. Just hit the send button.
Most
and
queued
go
up.
He
pick up
got he
lunch.
got chicken.
He sure did. He's locked in. Chicken cheesesteak coming right up.
Oh no, man! You go there, Philly cheese.
Oh, that's right. You can have the Philly cheese.
Look at it.
It
I don't
is
like a
good
hot
Philly
sandwich from
cheese.
Jersey Mike's. I don't
Their
like a
Philly
hot
cheesesteak
sandwich
is
from
good though. Like it's
I like
it's,
their- I
it's
like
not the
their
greatest Philly
Philly-
cheesesteak, but it's solid.
Yeah,
Like
It's-
solid.
I like a cold cut from there. Just go. I'll go cold
What's
cut.
what's the best 3 sandwiches at Jersey Mike's?
I've only had the cold cuts.
Oh,
It's-
I've only had the Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah.
okay,
'Cause-
interesting.
There you
Yeah,
go.
So
sandwich
there's-
places,
so there's
again,
2.
are also tough.
Yeah.
Sandwich
you
places
read
are tough.
their minds, and there's
right.
one answer, and now we can move on.
Jamie likes
Oh.
turkey. I don't know how people feel about turkey, but she likes the turkey sandwich.
You don't know how people feel about turkey. It's one of those
Some people
popular
like-
sandwich
I-
meats.
Most
I don't-
popular deli meat. In the
Yeah, it's like
world,
what? Like
But I don't even like turkey sandwiches. Like I just don't like turkey. So
yeah, but do you think that they have all that turkey out there just for it to go bad?
just for Jamie, just waiting.
At
for Jamie on
every
Fridays.
deli in the world, they're just like, what if she
Yes.
comes in here?
yeah.
What if she comes in? We got to be ready.
I do like how sliced turkey is a thing, but sliced chicken, they're like, no, we
It's
got
less
to
of
It
a
is
thing.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
just
is
doesn't-
less of a thing because I will go to Whole
The
Foods
texture is just like different. Like
and look at the deli meats or whatever, and every once in a while you get that chicken breast, but for the most part, it's just packs of ham or turkey.
yeah, like
And
5
and
different types of ham.
And if it was
turkey.
chicken all the time, I would get that sliced chicken all the time.
All right. Ludo33 wants to know what you are realistically willing to stand in line for 2 hours for.
2
And
hours?
then he raises it to how about 6 hours? And I can safely say I'm not standing in line for 6
No.
hours for anything.
Not a damn thing
not-
will keep me in line
not-
for 6
The
hours.
thing is, it's
I don't know if you can get me in
2024.
there for
There are
2.
better ways to handle things than
Mhm.
standing in line. Like there's a phone system.
Take it out. Take
reservations,
that
like-
out. Go back to you
Is
gotta
this to like,
stand
oh,
in
I
line.
gotta get into like a show or something like
Yeah,
that?
that's the only
or-
thing I'm thinking is like I would do it for like my alt group and that's it. Like
But even then, like I realized
Would you
not
stand in
really-
line for 2 hours for the NBA Finals, Eden?
the NBA finals, probably not. I don't think so. I don't think I would do it.
maybe if it was game 7.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And the right teams were playing. Like it would depend on the teams for me.
So
also.
not Spurs Pistons and like, oh
Yeah,
why
no.
you're not you're
yeah,
not-
yeah.
I'm opening up the joke for Zach, but yeah, I'd probably stand in line 2 hours to watch USC play in the national championship game.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that though, so it's good.
Yeah, see, again. But
Would
yeah,
you
that's
stand in
exactly-
line for the rest of your life to get
No.
into?
Well, yeah, in theory I am. In theory I am, but not.
I'm in line right now.
I'm
Hold
waiting.
my spot. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Because this is when I realized I'm not like a big fan of things, or enough is forever. Like one of my, before we started Cinephobe, I listened to How Did This Get Made religiously, right? Like I was all about it. And they would perform, they would do live shows like at Largo. Like Mo, you remember like Largo from my first place I lived in
Yeah,
LA,
it was-
it's 6 minutes at most.
Yeah, it
like
was.
it's
if you were walking slowly.
yeah, and I like never considered getting tickets to go. And it was so close. And I was just like, yeah, I don't think I would do that. And that's when I realized, like, oh, yeah, I'm done at the idea of like going there, but getting a ticket, standing in line, waiting to get in, having to find a seat, whatever. Like, yeah, I'm not.
I would do it for my alt K-pop group if I meant I was getting like standing at the very
Greatest
front.
seats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you get to like, yeah, it's like a
Like, I'm
general
gonna get to
admission. You
touch
get
their
to go
hand.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've
Yeah,
got
2 hours, man. It's a long time.
what's the weather like? Let's say the weather's fine. Has the line morphed into a block party? Let's say you can bring whatever you want to wait in line.
I mean, now you're talking about like
Like a hammock?
camping out for like Black Friday type.
Sure.
shit.
Yeah, like
yeah.
camping out for sneakers or something.
Which
like-
I-
Yeah.
And
Which I've
then
done before and never again.
I did it
Mark
once. And
Ordner-
yeah, exactly. No.
ask if you can get the buzzer and roam around. No, you can't. You have
No,
to
you
be.
Yeah,
gotta-
we-
you gotta be
we've
in
eliminated-
Someone
line.
has to be in
Eliminated-
line. One person
eliminated
has to be in line.
technology.
No, you have to be in line.
Yeah, you
Not
can't
like
have
someone in the
wait
group.
for
Like you have to be in line. Yeah.
So the longest I think I've waited, and I'm sure I've mentioned this before, is for
Barbecue?
Franklin Barbecue in Austin. And
How
that,
long? 8 hours?
I mean, I want to say it was 3 to 4 hours, and that
That's
was
a
like
long time.
But people
That's
like
so
they open at 11, I think, and I'm pretty sure I got there at
Oh,
8. And
Mo,
I think
what's that?
people go there at 6 and line up.
Oh.
Well, what's that chicken place that's like
Howlin'
always up?
Rays.
Yes, Howlin' Rays. I
Never
thought
gone.
about it and saw one time the line was 45 minutes. And I was like, fuck, I'm not going to wait in line for
the
45
funny
minutes
thing
for
is,
that.
so like this is the weird thing. Like I'm with Zach. Like I would go if I were to at Howlin' Rays. I said 45-minute wait, not interested. When I was traveling in Italy, waited in line at a restaurant 45 minutes because
But
that's what
that's-
you do. But that's like
Yeah.
traveling, and that's your
Yeah,
Different-
that's
not gonna get-
different.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
That's a
not
little bit
readily
different scenario.
available.
But
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
normally, I'm not waiting in line for food like that. I will wait. If you give me a restaurant tells me it's more than 20 minutes, I'm usually like,
Unless you have to do the math that, all right, the next place we're going to go to
It's also
is
gonna
It'll
be
take us-
it's going to be a wait.
yeah.
It's going to
It'll take
take
us
time to go.
30
Yeah,
to get
yeah,
there,
then,
and
yeah.
that's
But what's the longest you'll wait in that scenario? I'll go 45 minutes there.
If it's like something I really want, like
Yeah,
4 to 5
knowing
minutes
like, no, it's
max.
going to be worth it or whatever.
Yeah.
And that like just to go to another place is going to be a pain in the ass and still a long wait, and I'm not actually going to save any time. Then I'd rather like plant here and maybe we get lucky and get in early.
Yeah,
45 is the max.
I
Yeah.
will say though, like living in New York, like it's just
It's
there's
just part of it, right?
yeah. Sometimes like it could happen,
Yeah.
but
Well,
also
like New York,
like,
you could wait in line to get tickets to shows. You could wait in line to
Yeah.
get in like
Sure.
the audience at like the Daily Show or something
Yeah.
like that. And when I was there for an extended period of time, it was like, do you want to kill a whole day or like half a day
yeah,
doing
Yeah.
this?
Right.
And the answer was always no. But like I could see maybe like trying to wait in line to see a Broadway show or something
might-
if you wanted to.
Tuesday's my birthday. Tuesday's my birthday. I
Oh,
might
happy
go
early
try to
birthday.
go see a Broadway show Tuesday night if it's not a complete pain in the ass
Yeah,
to get into. Otherwise, that I'll just go get drunk somewhere.
But do you remember? I don't know if Eden or Maze had that. I know Zach does. You remember waiting in line for movies?
Dude,
Yeah.
you wait so long.
That's when you would wait the 2
Yeah.
hours.
But like
Yes.
Thursday
Big-ass
night,
movie coming
midnight,
out.
Thursday
movie.
night, Friday night, like yeah.
Whatever
man.
you wanted, the best seats in the house. You had to get there. You know, you'd have to get there when the other show started, like the show
Yeah.
before it
Do you-
started. To line
Do you
up.
still like try to sit in the middle of a movie theater?
I don't anymore because the screens are like pretty nice nowadays.
They're pretty
like,
nice. The
don't-
sound's good and
if it's not-
everything.
yeah, there's
Like
no
I have
like
friends that
audio
still
issues.
like I'm trying to be on the aisle. Like I don't want to.
I'm trying to be on the aisle, but you know, Zach, you know, like sometimes I just go to like a matinee where it's empty.
Oh,
and
then
then
yeah,
I'll
That's
then,
take-
top
yeah,
choice.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
top choice.
But
Yeah.
if it's
I
like
think
I'm
it's still
going when
better.
it's crowded,
Just the drop off is not as significant.
If it's an
Yeah.
empty theater matinee, I'm going like across the disabled seats. Like I'm just like I'm like really spread
Yeah.
out. Like just I'm lounging, man.
But
Yeah.
if you do go to see a live performance, it's different. You still got to go. You still got to
Yeah.
try to get mental. Because
Yeah.
man, let me tell you, I'm going to see my dad's play in a couple weeks, and there's like the center block, and then there's 2 aisles on the side, and they are basically giving away the seats that are on the far outside.
Oh.
You can't
No.
see shit. You're
See
looking at
anything.
like a 30-degree
basically
angle at
listening
the
to it,
stage.
yeah.
You're not
It's-
getting the music head on.
Are you guys aware of this place in Inglewood, the Cosmo, which is like to watch the sporting events and like makes you feel like you're there type of situation? It's
No.
not virtual reality, but it's like they have a special camera. It's right on like the sidelines. They have different angles. You feel like you're there. I went a few weeks ago for one of the college playoff games. It's great, except if you have the wrong spot,
Is it all
it's
standing
awful.
room?
There's
or,
an overhang. No,
like-
it's
oh, okay.
seats. Like there's
Oh,
booths,
there's
there's
actual
areas
seats,
for
okay.
that. Like it's buying a ticket to a game. Like it
Yeah.
was $100 for a seat, you know. And if you wanted to be at the next level, like the mid level area, which is like the best seats, that's $250. We were like, we're not doing that. I wanted to see this and check it out, but they didn't tell us that the booth we had was off to the side. And I'm like, this is bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, created my guy who organized. So they didn't tell you this, and they're like, he's like that. This feels it's entirely different view.
Yeah,
it matters
that's
if-
shit, man.
We just said because we noticed the middle table, whoever had that didn't show up.
Yeah.
We just walked over and just took the table, and we're like,
Yeah.
if they come, we'll leave.
Yeah.
I have the-
Entirely different experience, because then I felt like I was at the game, literally
Yeah.
watching it, talking to my friends, and immediately like you would see somebody on the video because it's like a thing. Somebody would walk by to be like, oh no, that's the fucking screen. I'm an idiot. And it's like, but you felt like it's an entirely different experience. Right?
I
in the
mean, it's
middle
like that
and
could
on
be
the
like
side.
basically
that.
like sitting in the nosebleeds. You're watching the screen anyway. like,
Yeah.
a lot of the time.
Yeah. I did stand in line like a bunch of times for like big comedy shows, but I had tickets already. You just had to like kind of line up early, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the
You-
tough part is when you don't know that when you already are committed to going
don't
to
know
something
you're
and
getting-
you don't know how long the line is going to be
Yeah.
or if
Like,
there's
there's
going to
that-
be one at all.
I know this isn't the same thing, but like there is that idea of like people who just fly standby,
That's insane.
you
to
know,
me,
which
but
I'm just
yeah.
like, you don't know when you're traveling.
You're just going to the airport.
That's crazy.
I might be
dude.
out today. Maybe.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then you
That's
sit
a
next
life
to
I
me
like. Look,
on
I
the
don't
flight to
mind.
Colombia.
But that's a lot of people also who work for the airlines, and that's how they get
Yeah.
their free flights, you know, or
That's
or
different
friends
when
of
the
yeah,
when,
but
somebody.
the, when
but
it's
there are
free.
people
I feel
who
like it's a
aren't,
different
like,
experience.
Yeah, there are
Yeah.
people who just live
Yeah,
that
that's
life
how
'cause
they
they
live
want
their
a
lives,
deal.
yeah.
I'm like, man, that's crazy.
Chuck Strill says in Union City, Tennessee, they told me on graduation night it was a 2-hour wait at Applebee's.
God damn.
I'm so sad.
Must
For
have been
that.
the busiest Applebee's of all
Thank
time.
God for the appetizers, though. Once you get in that 2 hours, you can really load up on a plethora of appetizers.
Vince Jaime camped out for a night for the opening of the first Krispy Kreme in Oregon.
Wow,
Might be worth it. That might be worth it. That was a
Wow.
time. I remember when
I-
Krispy Kreme
I
showed
Yeah,
up.
can't-
remember
out-
when Krispy Kreme was
I
opening
camped
up?
out.
Yeah.
I didn't camp out, but like I
Dude.
waited until midnight for when Halo 3 dropped. Like I was at like the
Oh,
mall
I
at,
definitely
like,
did like some
Yeah.
2K drops or whatever. Yeah, for sure. I was definitely in the mall
yeah at
like,
like
waiting
11
for-
p.m. Yeah.
for the N1 mixtape volume 3 and 4. Like, oh my god, yeah, at Foot Action.
Yeah, I
like,
mean,
yeah.
I think it's interesting because we're definitely more equipped to wait in line than ever before with like
Yeah.
phones, and
Phones,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
that almost like
the lines
this is
used
gonna-
to be when you were a
this
kid.
is gonna sound stupid.
bad, man.
That almost makes waiting in line way more boring to me, and at the same time, I don't want to talk to anybody. So like,
Yeah.
or I don't
Yeah.
want to talk to anybody I'm not with, right? So like the idea of just standing in line on my phone the whole time, I get that it passes the time and everything, and there's a a myriad of things that you can
Can be productive. You
yeah,
do
it can be
work,
productive. You can
yeah.
look at whatever, but for some reason that makes it worse to me now. I don't know
I
what. I
somehow-
don't know
I think
what
it's
that
the
math in my
attention-
head
I think
is.
it's the attention span thing.
Maybe that's
I think
what
we
it
just
is.
have,
Yeah,
we just have dog shit attention spans, and
yeah.
30
I
years
somehow
ago, you could
feel
be like, oh yeah, just spend 3 hours sitting around. Who cares?
Yeah.
You don't know what
I
you're
wouldn't be
missing.
productive. I wouldn't be productive on my phone because I'd be playing some stupid game I decided to download
For
to pass
sure.
the time for 2
Dude.
hours, and the time would fly, like the Twisted Tangled Knots game thing or
Mo-
whatever. Like,
Well, we hung out at one point, and you had that Twisted Knots game that you did. I downloaded after that. That is a time suck. That
That is-
thing, that
I
game
deleted
will
them all.
fucking get you.
I deleted them all. I finally was just like, I can't do this.
Guess what? I didn't. I've got more of them now. Like,
I want to. There are times I have the urge. It's a thing where I'm like,
I was
no."
like, yo, that looks kind of cathartic, and it is
was. It
until
was.
until it's not. Yeah.
Yep. That's how they
Definitely had
get ya.
days where like it's like I don't have anything planned, and it's like I just start playing some stupid mobile game, and next thing
Yeah.
I know it's
Oh.
like 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't
Yep.
happen to me when I play like the PS5 or whatever. Like, if I play a game on that, like, fine, I can put the controller down when it's time to do stuff. Or
I don't know about that for me. That's
a mobile phone. The phone.
I've gotten deep into like a MLB The Show franchise, man, where I'm like I've gone through like multiple fake players Hall of Fame careers. Like I'm just
Mhm.
shout out to
It could happen to
Andre.
anyone.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Andres Ruiz, who I acquired halfway through his career and just broke Barry Bonds' record for home runs. That's yeah.
Yeah, shout out to him. Maybe that's
Shout
the
out,
world
shout out to
that
this
Zach
fake
would like to live in.
baseball player.
Zach would
it's
like to live in his fake baseball franchise for the rest
Oh,
of his
man.
life.
Dude, are you kidding me?
All right. I really like this question from Skullbucket, which is, would you rather have a soundtrack that follows you around providing musical exposition about your life, or
Wow.
various sound effects that trigger when you do things?
Sound effects.
Sound effects would be funnier.
Wait, can you repeat the question? I just
A
Zoned out for a
soundtrack that
second.
follows you around, providing musical exposition about your life. Like,
So
Do I
if it's
get
like
to
a
pick the
tense moment, you have
music,
like
or-
tense
Joe's
music.
going to the Costco.
Oh, you're talking lyrically.
He's trying
Or
to
or it's just like Hans
party.
Zimmer.
Oh,
Like, is this
singing?
like
I
Hans
thought it was an
Zimmer? Like
instrumental.
John Newton Howard? Is that guy's
Like I'm
name?
feeling
I
stressed.
mean,
It's like
Musical
right.
exposition. I guess that could be interpreted either way. Like if you're going on a date and a sexy sax sound starts playing, you're like, okay,
oh,
I
this
like
is going
this.
well.
He starts playing.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is going better than I thought.
Or,
All
or
right.
if you think it's going well, then all of a sudden
Right.
it's like a wah wah. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a
You're
second.
like,
The curb music
What did
starts
I
playing.
miss?
Bum, bum, ba, ba-da, ba-da, ba-da. But the
Yeah,
sound,
that'd be interesting. What was
the
the
sound
other choice though?
effects,
Other
or
choice was
sound
just sound
effects.
effects.
that-
Okay.
So like, you
Yeah.
like make coffee and there's
ding.
sound
Yeah.
effects, or
do other people hear this, or is this just in your own head?
I think it's just for you.
Okay.
Oh, it would be kind of cool if everyone could hear it.
Be great. But I think that it's more of a mind fuck if it's just you.
Just you. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think
I
you're
think
going
I live
nuts
by-
either way.
I think I live like that anyway, though. I think I'm
Yeah, I
playing
kinda-
like sound
I
effects
kinda-
for myself anyway. Like, maybe
Yeah, I
doesn't
think
it
I'm-
happen to you as a producer? Like, don't you
It's
like
true.
kind of?
Yeah, it's
I'm
basically like
definitely going.
someone
I'm definitely going sound effects.
someone has a soundboard for your life. I mean,
Yeah. Sound effects are a little less intrusive than music, even if it's lyric or non-lyrics all the time, I think.
I
Yeah,
almost just think it'd be better and funnier at the right time too. Like there'll be a moment where something will happen. I'll
there'll
end
be a
up
moment
chuckling
where you get horny and it just boing. I'm like,
Whoa.
myself. I didn't even know that.
I think sound effects
Sorry,
is
I-
funnier if other people can hear it.
Yeah.
oh, I assumed everybody could hear it.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, also part of it is like I live the life of now having listened to Cinephobe way too much, where your guys' jokes are running in my head at certain
Mhm.
moments.
yeah.
Like
Mhm.
Jamie will say something like, "Where's my hat?" and I just go, "My hat." Like it's small little things like that, or all of that.
I
stuff.
say
so.
constantly in public, constantly.
Yeah, I know because now I'm saying it. You said it so much around me, I'm saying it.
I think I'm gonna go soundtrack, one, to be different, but also imagine if like then you could pull up June 20th, 2022 or something. Like that could be like a
Yeah.
playlist. Like, oh, that was a sick day.
It's like the
Oh.
memories on the iPhone.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like yeah, exactly. If it wasn't the bullshit ass like
I hope it's
Royalty
royalty
free.
free. Yes,
elevator music on your picture slideshows, but instead it was like, yes, this was the soundtrack of that day,
yeah,
and maybe it's like actual.
yeah. That's not a
quality
bad
musicians.
wrinkle to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I do think somebody essentially giving like running commentary of your behavior would also be pretty weird. Like if it was really exposition.
It's like sports
And this-
commentary.
I've already got that going. Through
Oh,
my
no,
head. I don't need any. I don't need a second party doing that.
She's decided to push laundry for one more day.
The fuck is this guy doing again?
How many days till Eden washes her clothes? It's gonna be 50 pounds by the time she has to go down or walk up.
That's my life right now. Later
And then
today, probably.
the two of them together is probably OD. Your brain would explode if there was sound effects and soundtrack. All right, a confidence man, flag of Haiti. Jerry has a love question, which is, what is the best dating app?
Yay.
Hinge, Bumble, Tinder, or other? Follow-up question, do you believe in paying for premium on dating apps?
Well, if you don't, Bumble's not going to help you.
If
you're
you don't,
screwed
I
on
don't think
Bumble.
any of them are going to help you at this point, is what it
Yeah.
feels like.
Yeah, they definitely-
Sometimes.
You have to pay premium now on Hinge.
On everything.
Oh,
No,
Yeah,
you can
on
use it without it, but like the
not-
selection
It
is
ain't gonna
not
get you. Yeah, that's
good at all. Like it's anyone that like seems like they have their life together is behind a paywall, basically.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I somehow
Um,
I'm obviously going to say Hinge. I'm biased. That's how I met Jamie. I don't remember paying a premium.
Have
on
y'all
that.
heard of Coffee Meets Bagel?
Yes.
no.
I have heard of that.
I got racially profiled by that app because as you guys know, I live in New York, right?
Yes.
One of the most diverse
Mhm.
in within a radius
Yeah, a lot of coffees and
places in the
bagels.
world.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lots of coffee,
and
lots of
yet-
bagels, pizza. It was only showing me Asian guys, Indian guys, and Jewish guys. Like, I saw no other guys. Like,
Wow.
yeah, on that app. And I just like, I deleted it like basically after like 2 days because I was like, I live in the most culturally diverse city in America. And it's not even like a radius thing, you know, it's New York is
It's
tiny.
just
Like,
what it
and
is, yeah.
I was
Radius
just like,
doesn't.
I was
Radius
like,
of 1 mile should
this is
get you more.
extremely obvious that you have like racially profiled my profile and made assumptions about who you think I would want to engage with. And I'm like, yo, I just like good looking people. I don't care, you know, like,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Show me the hot ones. I don't care what race they are. Just
yeah,
show me the
that's
hot
what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying. I'm like, just give me good looking people. I don't care what race they are, like what race, ethnicity. Just good looking is sort of the only, you know, on dating apps, it's the place to start anyway, you know.
But Zach's 100% right about Bumble. If you're not gonna pay at all or
Dude,
not willing
it's-
to, Bumble's
yeah.
absolutely useless.
It used to be
Yeah.
great. It
Yeah.
used to
Yeah, it
like
was a good one.
pre-pandemic. It was great. Like it was the easiest one to get dates on for me. Like
Yeah.
easiest one, super easy. Like
I'm sure it's still changing.
I guess I would go with
stuff.
Hinge because I think Hinge gives you the most options of like communication.
Mhm.
You know, like their prompts
Oh,
are
yeah,
individual
yeah,
pictures to
yeah.
respond to, or you know,
Their
whatever.
videos, like
you
voice,
can talk first.
yeah.
Like you don't always have to
Yeah.
wait for them. Whatever. Yeah,
I don't
there's
like that
voice
about Bumble
notes.
actually. Like I'm like, I don't,
Well,
You
I'm
have
not
to go
making the
first.
first move.
at least in
Yeah.
LA, they have changed it to where like you put in like an opening prompt, right? And so if you match with a girl and they have an
okay,
opening
someone
prompt,
yeah,
you
then
can
you can.
respond.
That's
a
so
lot of
much
girl-
better because
and a lot
I'm
of
just
girl-
like,
Yeah, but you can only do the once, right? So like you respond to that prompt,
oh,
they still
okay.
have to then decide whether
Yeah,
or not they're
respond.
gonna talk. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
keep
yeah.
sending messages.
Gotcha.
Um,
Yeah.
But it has like opened that up, and now at least in LA, like I've noticed like a lot of girls are like, you have to like open up the conversation. Like they'll even say that in their
Ooh.
profile, right? Like I'm not
Yeah.
messaging first, even though it's Bumble, whatever. And then they
Yeah.
have the prompt, and so then you got to get in the app.
I'm just like, I'm a little bit more old school. I kind of like have some concepts that of believing
Yeah.
in somewhat traditional gender roles, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, if someone's not gonna make the first move, like I assume
Yeah.
like they're spineless. Like
I've
I'm just
never-
gonna be honest. Like I think someone's
Well,
spineless.
also like I
if they
just
won't
kind
make
of
the
think
first
as a
move.
man, like you gotta, yeah.
You don't make
That's-
the
yeah,
first
that's the
move.
problem.
I'm gonna assume you're spineless.
I think you're spineless. I'm
Yeah.
not. And that's
I'm
what,
out.
like
I'm out.
I've never really used Tinder. I met one girl on Tinder, and she was an absolute nightmare. And so
I used to use
like,
Tinder
never
like in
again.
my 20s, but I haven't revisited because like most of my friends that have tried it, they're like, no one is like serious on Tinder.
yeah.
I feel like it ebbed and flowed. Like there was a run. It ebbs and flows with all of these. Like there was a run where
Yeah.
Tinder was like you could really find something serious,
Yeah.
and then it was like that went away.
just a
It was
fuck off.
coffee. And then it became a fuck boy app, or fuck girl. No, doesn't mind.
Yeah.
Doesn't no preference.
Quality.
And then you have
Equality, yeah.
Chick saving a
I mean,
beat.
like coffee meets bagels was before that. It was I think before Tinder even. And then
I've never heard of that.
I've
one.
heard of
No,
it, but I've
I knew
never
about
signed
it.
up for it.
Like
it
I
was
said.
a long time ago.
Plenty of fish.
I've heard of
Bumble
yeah.
comes
Oh
along.
man, dude, I remember this would have been like 07 or something.
Dan
like that.
McLeod. I'm in Australia and I only get shown Asian women on Coffee Meets
Uh,
Bagel.
There you go. This was like 07, and one of our friends, she went on Plenty of Fish and met this dude, and I think they ended up getting married and having kids.
Oh,
But also, like, I remember at the time it was so weird to us
yeah.
because it was like that. It was like really like pre all that stuff, and we were just like, "What the fuck are you doing?
like
This is
Plenty of Fish
crazy."
and like what, like
eHarmony,
Match.com,
Match.com, yeah.
Are they still going? I'm gonna have to
one.
assume so.
Yeah.
I
They
think
are.
so. Yeah,
think
I think
so.
they are. I think they
Yeah.
I see
are.
commercials for them all the time. The
Yeah.
ads on the TV. They still-
Farmers only.
I do like the
Farmers
concept of
only.
farmers only.
That's
Farmers only is
the
great.
funniest one to me.
Do
I
you
just
think they
love
have to go
farmers.
out and recruit the farmers like
Yeah.
individually? Do they have
Yes.
to like give them internet connections?
Yes,
You have to
they're
go
setting
hook
up cell towers in their fucking ranches. Like, of course.
Hey, how's it going? I'm a recruiter for farmers only.
Farmers
I'm covering
Only.
Hey,
Have you heard of
you
it?
look like a farmer.
50
You look
square
lonely.
mile area.
You're wearing
All
flannel. You
12
should be a
farmers out here.
Yeah,
Have
so
you
you
heard
got
of
you got an
farmers
overall
only?
tan. Let's talk about
What's your internet plan?
You have plow
Can
experience.
we give you an incentive to like upgrade your internet plan
Yeah.
and free premium account for 3 years?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, then you had the really crazy stuff like Ashley Madison, which was for people who were married trying to,
Dude, that
you know,
was-
like
yeah.
then you have wild ass stuff.
That
Like,
leak
it's
is so funny.
hilarious.
That thing leaked it's so funny to me.
It's just irony
So
at
yeah,
its best.
Jerry, I think
I would say Hinge. Hinge
probably
would be
Hinge, and I would
my
consider paying for like 1 month to see if it
Yo,
if it makes
do you know how
better.
it's so expensive though? Like I looked
1
on
month
Hinge.
like $40, man. Like
No,
it's-
like they
yeah.
just said, like
Jeez.
you want to try Hinge Premium for $7.99 for 24 hours. I'm like, no, 24
That's yeah.
hours. I think
no, they
not.
really like try to get you into like the 3 month. Like if you do a 3 month thing, like I don't know, it's
Oh,
like
yeah, it's like
27 or
they
it's somewhere in that
discount- yeah,
like
yeah,
25 to 30 something range. But if it's 1 month, they're like $45, $40.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
And
that's
again, they're
crazy.
for their model.
and you're not even
it's better-
guaranteeing shit, man. Like
Well, for their model, it's better that you don't actually match.
Absolutely,
You don't
yeah.
find
Oh
your
my God,
person
yeah.
on it, right? Like that's one
Pay
less-
more money to
that's
have
two
them
people. They
slow
lose
you
two
down
people
even more.
for a couple meets on there, so you know. But it was the one I found.
Or it's like you
most-
meet somebody great in the first 2 weeks, and you're like, well, I did pay for 3 months, so I
Yeah.
don't know. It's
Yeah,
let's
I
not
mean, I
let's
got
not
a lot of
rush
runway
things
here.
here
This
a
is-
little bit.
but I do find that Hinge had the most quality before I met Jamie. Like even all around, I felt like it was better. It's easier to get dates on in general.
yeah, I agree with that.
You're
A lot of
okay.
bots on some of these apps too, though, like Tinder.
I
and-
love
and
Oh my
chatting
God,
with
yo,
a dating
I got-
bot.
Oh my
someone tried
God,
to crypto scam me once.
Oh, for
Pop
sure.
to a
Yeah.
coin.
Same.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God,
There was this
what?
weird. Did I ever tell you guys about that?
No,
About,
I don't
like
think
I was
so.
like, I know I'm getting scammed here, but this is actually kind of funny to me, so I'm gonna like keep
Mm.
this conversation
Oh,
going.
nice. No,
It
please
was
do
this. It was
tell.
this girl who lives in LA, but she's from the Netherlands, allegedly. And she was like, "Oh, let's move to WhatsApp." I'm like, "All right, whatever. Like that's fine." And so we would talk for a little bit, and then she would like try to like talk about how like she was learning crypto or whatever, and I'm like, "Okay, this is absolutely a scam."
Same
But whatever.
model,
I'm just
same
like,
model, yeah.
I'm bored. I'm gonna keep going with this. And so like I would like, "Oh yeah, I don't care about that stuff," and then like move conversation, whatever. And then at one point, like she could tell, or he could tell, whoever the hell this person was, they could tell like that they didn't have me on the hook. Right, like that, like this isn't working. That like I'm not falling into any of this stuff. So then they like full out went, "I need to tell you something. Like I think I love you." And I'm like, "We haven't met. Like this is crazy. Like that is crazy to me." But they were just going the whole playbook, and then like showed me like, "Hey," and then when they were like, "Oh, I'm going down to San Diego for the week," I was all right, whatever. And then they sent me this thing of like, I think I'm gonna buy this house down there. I cashed in all this crypto, blah blah blah, and then sent me pictures of like a bunch of like cash on a table, like hundreds of $1,000s cash on like a desk, and like, yeah, see, like here I'm like with my money person, blah blah blah, and I'm buying this house. I'm like, okay, so I took that picture they sent and I just put it into Google, and it's like scam,
yeah.
like just like immediately, like it's all these things. I'm like, and so then I just like I started fucking with them, and they're like, look, like give me your address. I was like, no, I'm not, like that's crazy. And they're like, like my friend is gonna like find you or whatever. And I was like, okay, like come find me or whatever. And then they sent me a picture of someone like pointing a gun at the screen.
Oh my
Like
God.
this is the blah blah blah. He's a killer and everything. And I was like, does he think he can shoot me through the phone?
Through the phone? Yeah.
Like I'm like, what do we do? Like,
I would
kiss me
have
through the phone, but
this
shoot
is
me
the
instead?
worst, like escalation and threat. I'm like, none of this is scary.
Wow.
It would have been more
Like,
fun
this
to
is
actually Google search.
crazy. Yeah.
Did you Google search that image, or just send that image back to them, going like, "I know that guy."
No, I did search that image and nothing came up. But yeah, at that point I was just like, any image I'm fucking throwing in there. I just want to see now. Like I was curious, but it was fascinating to watch these attempts of like, oh, I get how they try to do this.
Yeah.
And then like the whole like leap of like, I have to tell you I love you. I'm like, that's a like if anything, that's
Yeah.
a red flag to me. Like that, like, even if I thought this was still a real person, like
I don't know. I
Really,
think
man,
that might
you love
actually get
me?
your
That's
get your
nuts.
attention. I love you, gun, I love you again.
Yeah, I didn't quite get that far
This
because
is
I cut things off.
unpredictable. I don't know where this is going.
I don't know. I recommend like if you're bored one day,
Following
Yeah.
it,
just
follow
follow
it.
it. All
No,
that
I
box
actually,
is-
it was like, so me, it was like, well, this guy was texting me in Chinese. I was like, oh, this is a chance for me to practice my Chinese language skills.
yeah.
And like the crypto stuff kept popping up, and I was like, well, I'm getting in like practice. I'm really not gonna get anywhere else. But then like once he was like, I feel a real connection. I was like, I'm uncomfortable. Like
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
I was like, I'm
exactly, yes.
uncomfortable.
Like
And it was like 3 days. It was like 3 days.
Yeah,
like
this was
I'm
over
not
the
even
course
kidding. It
of,
was
like-
like 3 days.
Yeah, I want to say that this was going on, like not great communication, but like maybe a week of like texting, like on WhatsApp or whatever before
Yeah.
they like went into all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, that whole thing of like I really feel a connection. I'm like,
I was like,
nah, man, like this is
I'm
like,
done.
I have never felt a connection to anyone I haven't met. Like that's crazy.
No. Oof.
I like the idea of Zach. The person has a call and response flow chart, right?
Yeah, oh yeah,
100%. Yeah.
Yes.
And then
no.
and then what
okay,
you've
like
done is
rehearsal,
you've gotten to the bottom, and they're
Yeah.
like,
like I got nothing
Fuck.
left.
try
Send
to
him a
gun
picture of a
again.
gun.
Send the picture of Ricky with
Oh,
the gun.
see, I love
Yeah.
you again. Oh, loop it. Shit.
You think at one point they're like, God damn, this is the third time this week. We might have to change up our
Yeah, this isn't
our
working. Why isn't this
responses."
work? What are we doing wrong? If anything,
We
I've
need to write a
sharpened their,
new-
I've sharpened
write
their
a-
skills, and they've just
update
been
the flow
scamming
chart,
the fuck
yeah.
out of
You've
people.
given
ever
them too
since.
much
Flow chart.
Yeah.
data. Now they're gonna come back
You-
way
Yeah.
more improved.
I had a friend. This is back in mid 2000s. I think all this was through MySpace. But he got catfished by a girl, and went to
Classic.
Texas 3 different times to like finally meet her. She never showed up, but he went 3 different
3
times.
times?
And then by the time he told us he was going a 3rd time, because the first time we're like we weren't really familiar with like the catfishing process. Like we
Yeah.
didn't know about
It
that.
was
stuff.
early
This
on.
is,
Yeah,
like,
way too early on.
04 or
Yeah.
05 or something like that, right? And so we didn't really know about that kind of stuff. So we're like, oh man, that sucks. Like that she didn't show up. And then the second time he went and didn't show up, we're like, all right, man, like
Stop.
you gotta like that's it. There's your answer. Like, that,
Yeah,
And then the
stop.
third, and when he told us we were going 3rd, we're like,
No.
we legitimately discussed like as a friend, we're like,
intervention.
yeah, do we need to do an intervention here? What's going on?
Yeah.
And it was so confusing. And then she didn't show up. And then he like, I don't know, he tried to like he had figured out that like she obviously wasn't who she said she was, and like instead of being this hot blonde, she was the opposite, like not a hot blonde. Like she was like, yeah, like
some
a
guy named Roy.
yeah. Well, no, I do think it was a girl, but I think it was like a
just
big
not
girl,
good
like,
looking. Yeah. Not
and
cute.
so, and then he was like, well, now I gotta like, I feel like I gotta go there and like catch her. And I was like, no, like you let this go, man. Like
It's
stop,
over.
just
You
stop.
lost.
Like
you lost.
yeah,
But Zach,
but that
did
was
you
a
ever hear
crazy
this?
concept.
You ever hear the story when Gabe
Terrifying.
Pruitt got pranked,
Oh, yeah.
catfished
Oh yeah.
by Cal students? Because I was
Yeah.
a student manager at SC at that point.
How did
And
that
so-
go over then? That's
Well, I don't think the coaching staff really caught on till well after the Cal game,
okay.
where it was like, so for those that don't know, Gabe Pruitt was a point guard at SC, where middle of the pack type team or whatnot.
Yeah.
We're gonna play.
And he
Cal
was
a
an NBA
few
pro,
weeks
like he
ago.
made the NBA for a little bit. Like
Yeah,
got
and he was
drafted
an
by the
NBA
Celtics, maybe?
prospect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he meets a girl on, I think it was still AIM, AOL Messenger
That's crazy.
or something like that. And it's some girl student at UCLA, whole deal. Like they have this whole relationship on Instant Messenger for weeks. Then he finally goes to meet her at some place in Westwood, gets stood up, never apparently doesn't really tell anybody about this. Then we go to play Cal like a week later or something like that. And the student section in Cal is chanting the girl's name, Victoria.
That's so cool, man.
And they had like all sorts of stuff. And you literally, and he was playing well up until that.
Wait, how did
game.
people find out about it?
It was a Cal student set this whole prank up.
Oh.
Yeah, so then they were
okay,
chanting her
okay, okay.
name, like,
Gotcha,
They were
gotcha,
chanting
yeah.
her name.
Okay,
the
okay,
whole
I
time.
see.
It was
a
a
setup.
Cal
It was a
student
setup
the
to
whole
begin
time.
with. It wasn't
From
that
the
he got
very
actually
beginning.
catfished. Yeah. Okay.
They pranked him
Yeah.
in this way. And he went from like he was playing well to he had one of the worst games.
Yeah.
And I remember
That's
like
cool,
during the
man.
first half of the game, I'm sitting at the end of the bench going like, and like one of the Cal cheerleaders was next to me. I go like, why are they chanting Victoria? Because I didn't know this was going
Yeah.
on. And she's like, "Oh, we got your boy bad." I'm like, interesting. Please tell me. By the way, not paying attention to the game. We're getting blown out. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, oh, timeout. Let me go do my job. Come back. And I'm like, And so we go into the halftime, and one of the coaches is like, Gabe's playing like shit. What the fuck? And I'm like,
that poor kid.
I go, Coach.
That poor kid.
I don't want to go into details. It ain't gonna get better in the second half.
Yeah, they got him.
He looks at me and he thinks I'm saying that. I go like, just the crowd got to him, Coach. Just it's over. Play somebody else.
That's so cool.
It was so bad, and I just remember him like looking so dejected.
That's so sad. I feel so bad for him.
Because I think it was the same time too, where like when she didn't show up, it was along the same lines of like, no, this happened, and I wanted to make it like all. He thought it was all the way real till that moment, and I think some of his teammates knew, and it was just when I hear it, I was just like, oh, can we just forfeit? Like, we're done.
Oh, poor kid.
That's so cool.
Oh,
that was that sweet spot of internet anonymity and
because when was he? Was that 05?
That was like 04 or 05.
04, yeah.
Was the season 1 of Catfish even out then? Like,
when did that show start? Because I didn't know about that show until like maybe a couple seasons in.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like until like that show kind of like got a little bit more popular like 2 or 3 seasons in, like most people kind of didn't know what the concept of catfishing was. Like, I mean, I honestly, my parents raised me to believe that no one on the internet is who they say they are. So like, I like, especially like,
here you are, you keep showing up to.
No, it's so funny because like most of my interactions.
Hey, this is Mace here.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to his wedding actually this summer. I don't know if he's real, guys.
Fuck yeah! Oh, that wedding's gonna be so great until Amin shows up.
I'll have to smoke screen him, but he loves love. So maybe
just be careful. Just be careful that he doesn't take the seat that's for you at the wedding.
There's no seat for anybody, but yeah, I think I'll avoid that one. He did try and perform a lap dance in your chair at your wedding, so there's no way he'll do that again, right?
Yeah, he never makes the same mistake over and over.
He learns from things. Doesn't he?
He doesn't make everything about himself, does he?
No.
All right, last question. RGG, you all of a sudden are forced to start a career working a trade. What are you choosing? You have to be a tradesman. You have to work with your hands.
I think
what do you mean trade?
So like
though?
mechanic,
like, is podcasting
plumber.
not a trade?
I think I'd be a mechanic. I think that's the one.
Engineer? Is that a trade?
I don't think that's.
I think that's too smart.
That's not a trade.
I think anything where you get like a post grad degree is
plumber.
It'd be like you go to a school or you do a year
like HVAC person,
vocational training.
I want to like learn how to make clothes. Like
okay,
seamstress.
Clothes is a trade. Yeah, I think that's a practical skill, and
but not like a designer. You're talking about like being like a tailor.
Yeah.
Well, it's a trade, right? I can't pick the designer's not a trade. Like I have to be like the one like cutting and sewing.
So you're basically like some sort of a tailor or seamstress.
Yeah, like seamstress. Like I can alter my own clothes. I can make my own clothes if I want to. I think that's
seamstress and seamster. Is seamster the
you
master?
Can be the first. You want to
sure,
be a
Zach.
You want to break down barriers and test your allyship? Go ahead.
Everyone talks about fashionistas. Nobody ever talks about fashionistas. Like this is bullshit.
Streamstress called.
I like the idea.
A tailor, typically called a tailor.
I assumed it was a tailor, but it was more fun going along with this.
Of a seamstress, but you act like a teamster.
Yeah, so you're like, you're really making this
really
like
tight union,
very underhanded, tight union.
You get a smoke break every 2 hours.
Yeah, you're in the underbelly of.
They ask you to hem that blouse, and you're like, I don't know. I gotta check with my supervisor.
I don't know. Maybe it's extra $50 to get this blouse hem today. I don't know. I don't think you hem a blouse, right? Isn't that just skirts and pants and shit? Yeah, that's not really.
Well, we're not.
I'm not a seamster. Yeah, this is.
We're not a seamster.
If you got to school, that'd be the first thing you'd learn.
I think mechanic because I do think that's the most
practical,
lucrative, and best way to save you from getting screwed out of a very important part of life. right?
I think that I could definitely see the appeal
Yeah,
of like
because
learning
your
how
car breaks
cars work.
down.
Car breaks
Right.
down. Yeah, anything
You
like
could be that
'Cause I was
guy
also
who's
thinking, like,
rebuilding a
electrician,
57
but I think
Chevy
it's still
on the
more
weekend.
practical. Yeah.
No offense to anyone who does this job. You don't really hear about the hot plumber, right? But you hear about a hot
Right.
mechanic.
I don't know, man. I've seen some
You've,
interesting
there's,
videos about hot
Well,
plumbers.
those are
On what
yeah,
site? On what
we've all-
website?
We've all seen this. The stepmom get stuck in the dishwasher, and then like the plumber's got to come help out. Sure, yeah, that's a very viable situation. What?
Never know. Never know.
Outside of
That was Maze
Seamster-
talking.
outside of Seamster, which just is my mind is ablaze with potential for what that franchise
We're
could be.
Seamsters. We seam, gents.
Stir. Electrician. I think I would be an electrician.
Yeah,
I know
that
a
was
lot
my
of
other
electricians.
That was my other thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Electrician
They
is very
seem like
practical.
they do pretty good. Although you do get
What
caught
about-
up in all of the general kerfuffle
Interesting.
clusterfuck
What
of
about
construction.
What about a
Ooh, good point.
like roofer too specific
No,
I
that
was
would
no,
count.
I was thinking roofer.
or
I don't wanna-
contractor?
I
That
don't
is
want to
very
be up on a
contractor
roof
be
for like 8 hours
carpenter?
a day.
Would I want to be a
Carpenter-
carpenter?
As a
Carpenter would
carpenter,
count.
like a high skilled carpenter, you can make a lot of money.
You make a lot of money. Welder, you can make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Um,
Welder, yeah.
Yeah, electrician
Well,
I thought
after-
about, but no, I think I'd go mechanic.
After watching
I think
Landman, I will not be a roughneck. I will not be
No.
working the oil rigs.
that makes sense.
Because
I don't know,
electricians
You
also
get a
fix
chance
like
to see the
fridges,
world if
right?
asteroids coming.
Like an electrician fixes a fridge, or like is it a special fridge guy?
I think that's
I'm
a
sure an
special-
electrician could,
Air
but
conditioning guy?
electrician's more like wiring in a
It's just a
building
Maytag
or a
man.
house.
Can
Right?
can I just be a general handyman with the ability to
That's a
fix
trade,
most,
right?
like because like
Well,
those
that's-
like our
I thi-
handyman
see,
like
I-
I've
I-
gone
But
ahead
isn't
and
that
doing
like you can fix like everything up to 60%, but you still need to call a specialist?
Yeah. No
Like,
offense,
Mo,
Mo.
I
No offense,
I
Mo.
think you're doing too much, though. I think that's too much as a handyman.
And no offense
Like,
to handymen. I think that's people who have a couple trades that they haven't quite figured out and are now
Totally.
kind
Well,
of
you're,
I don't
you're,
know. Our-
you're
generally-
Shane
our
Battier
handyman-
rather than like
yeah.
a more
the handyman I
concentrated player.
use is
My
freaking
high school
awesome
crush.
because he's
No, I
he'll just tell me straight up. He goes like, "Nope, job too big." That one
He'll just tell Mo straight up, stop getting stuck in the dishwasher. I can't keep doing this.
it's hard. It's annoying.
he'll tell
How
you
do you not
straight.
get- how do
He's
other people not
awesome.
get
He'll
stuck?
tell you straight up the shit he won't do.
Yeah, he's great. He tells me he
Yeah,
can't work
because
on this. Then he doesn't get
he's not gonna
paid.
enjoy
He
it.
has no problem telling me that he can't do that.
Yeah.
It's because it's so much better than having a guy who comes here thinking he can do it and fuck it up worse.
What are you
Chuck
talking
Strills.
about?
Crane operators. That's-
No
that's
way.
No.
Insanely
Fuck
specialized.
that. No, this is like the people that like that you might like the next step for that is like those people that they only have to work 1 hour a year and it's $200,000, but they gotta climb up that big fucking cell tower to like
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
fucking stratosphere and
The cell
repair
tower
a,
in nowhere.
yeah, a
I've
light
seen
bulb.
an action movie. People can learn to operate a crane. Like I've
Very
seen this-
easily.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
very
seen-
easily,
I've
yeah.
I've seen
Okay, what
this
does this
in
lever
like
do?
Fast and Furious
Yeah,
or
it's this
something.
lever,
Yeah.
that lever, you're done.
Yeah.
Safe
mean, there's, what, 3
repairman.
levers?
It's not safe repairman's like more of a. It's not so vocational, right? That's more of like an empire wielding type of
Safe-
job.
Yeah, like it's not it's a safe repairman or like someone that designs and like installs safes, or is that the same thing? Like,
Well, it can be. It can be.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering. I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, it can be.
No, I think what you've described, Eden, is more of an artist.
Mm.
You know, I think a safe designer probably went to grad school. I don't think
Oh,
I don't think
okay.
a safe repairman did.
They
Safe
probably have an
repairman,
engineering
I
degree.
don't know about that.
They
safe
probably have an
repairman.
engineering degree.
You know,
Yeah.
how
I
else
don't
are you going
know.
to get an intimate knowledge of how safes work?
A
other
locksmith.
than
I don't know,
A
man.
locksmith. That's a
breaking
pretty
them.
good trade. A locksmith?
I
Is
don't
that a
want to be a
trade?
locksmith because I don't want to get
Yeah.
calls at 3 a.m.
That's
of
true.
Yeah,
people
you get
who
late
were locked out of their
hours.
apartment.
People, yeah.
Yeah. I was just thinking if I get locked up.
That's the other thing with if you pick plumber is like you don't want to be an emergency plumber.
No.
That's because you're
no.
just doing it.
Yeah.
You're coming in at like. I mean, I've had to call one
Anytime,
on
like-
Thanksgiving Day. Like it's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
Now, granted, they definitely make sure they take the. they make you pay for it.
No,
Oh,
they
for
get
sure,
large
yeah.
they
degree.
get paid,
Wait.
but I think and I have some
I
friends
don't
who
know.
like who do like commercial plumbing jobs or something like that. But if you're dealing with shit water on a
Mhm.
regular
I can't
basis,
do it.
that's not it's not ideal.
I
And like
can't.
sometimes best case scenario is you're dealing with like
A sink
disgusting clogged food
gross,
in a
or like
sink.
hair
right? Like,
stuck in a sink with like mold and
no way.
gunk. Oh, I
No
can't.
way.
Just the types of houses you'd have to go to as a
I'm gonna be
plumber.
perfectly
Oh,
honest.
yeah.
That specific scenario we just described is why I believe in traditional gender roles. If there's a male and a female coexisting in the same house, if there's someone that's gonna need to go under the sink to unclog something, it should be the guy. I'm sorry.
Eden,
I'm not that progressive.
no, I'm with you, Eden. I do think you have to take on that role.
That's why there aren't Plumbstresses.
That's true. That's good. That's what that's called.
Seamster. I mean, we're deep in the mailbag, but Seamsters
Yeah.
and Plumbstresses is a pretty sick title.
That's a great title. Eden, look, you know me. I'm an ally. I'm progressive. I believe in equal rights. I believe in all this stuff, right? There's a part of me lately. I'm kind of getting into toxic masculinity. I do believe in being progressive, but still being, toxically masculine. Like I think there's a balance.
Yes, there's a balance.
Thank you, ally. Thank you.
But what's the level of toxic masculinity that you kind of tapping into? I'm so curious.
Well,
why does it have to be? If it's there's a certain level, it's not toxic.
It's just masculinity.
It is the way I'm doing
it. You can get it masculinity. That's fine.
Toxic masculinity. He tapped into specifically toxic masculinity. I want to know what it is.
Masculinity to talk. Look, I've stated recently to certain people, I do I believe in I believe in knocking down gender roles, right? Like I do think anybody can do anything, that's fine.
Right.
But there is part of me where for me, for my life, I believe in those gender roles. Right?
Yeah.
Like I believe in being a provider. I believe in being the person that kills the spiders and gets the shit out of the
kills the roaches.
Yeah, all that stuff. I do believe like as a man, you should be wanting to do that. But if anybody wants to do anything, whatever. But yeah, there is a certain level of toxic masculinity where I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't. And that where it gets toxic is I think about the man. I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't be such a bitch about that.
Thank you.
Just gotta just be a man and do this, right?
That's fine.
I agree with that.
No, I know someone who turns out to have been a really shitty husband and father and isn't paying child support. I'm like, yo, why don't you just stop being a bitch and pay your child support? Like that, be a man.
Not toxic masculinity.
No,
that's just calling out an asshole for an asshole.
I guess using the term bitch is the toxic part, but in that situation, you being a bitch.
That's in that sense, but I don't think that's tapping into toxic masculinity.
It is the way I want to do it.
Right.
Yeah,
it's not the definition as most people understand it of toxic masculinity, but I get
Which
you.
is again also why I wanted the clarification from Zach of
it's a fluid concept. It's a fluid concept for me. It's kind of just however how shitty do I want to be right now? All right, I can embrace that. I'm okay with it. Ally.
Oyakodon.
Seamsters, Plumbstresses, and Oyakodon. The big three.
All right, that's been the mailbag. Thanks to Eden, Zach, and Mo. I'm Mace. Catch you next time. Don't eat chicken and eggs at the same time, you freak.
Oyakodon.